Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, June 3rd, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you're going to see here is that the futures are still positive this morning by about 5 points on the session. They have come off the highs a little bit here, really rallying right around 4 o'clock in the morning, surging up. I guess futures were decently higher, trading above 1637.5. Now just up about $5. One thing I want to point you to is the dollar yen chart, and you'll see it's pretty much the same exact chart. Dollar yen started to rally, and then once dollar yen started to pull back, you'll notice that the futures started to pull back. So this is really the chart right here. Dollar yen is what the market seems to be following. When the U.S. dollar strengthens against Japanese yen, things are good. When it weakens against the Japanese yen, it looks like the market starts to falter. So let's flip back over to the ES futures, the S&P 500 ES futures contract, and you'll see it's virtually the same exact pattern. So again, this is the most important relationship, I believe, in the stock market. Sometimes things will change a little bit with the light volume trends. The market will have some other political news or geopolitical news and other economic data that can sway things slightly, but for the most part it seems to be following the dollar yen chart pretty closely at this time. Now, speaking of dollar yen, last night Japan really closed down sharply, finishing lower by about 3.7%. Another 500 plus point decline in the Nikkei 225. I believe this is now about 16, maybe 17% on the downside. Since, well, I think it's around May 22nd, May 20th, somewhere around there. So right around the middle of May, this index, the Nikkei 225, has been really declining sharply. So traders should keep an eye on that, and we'll see how that plays out. But right now, I think the Japanese market is very, very problematic going forward, and we'll see how it all plays out. But again, I think it all is going to start with Japan. People are going to realize that all this money printing that just took place in the central bank from the Bank of Japan, which is Japan's central bank, to prop that stock market higher is really just that. And they're going to continue to do it, I guess, until the bond market tells them that they can't. All right, let's look at a few other things last night. There was economic data out of China. It looks like the HSBC China PMI declined down to around 49.2. Any reading under 50 indicates contraction. But last night the Nikkei the Shanghai, finished flat, just down 2 points last night. Not a big deal. What was weak last night, though, besides the Nikkei 225, was also the Bombay Sensex index. So again, the Indian market did close down about 3/4%. That has been coming under some serious pressure, so you want to be a little bit careful with the Indian ADRs, and obviously very careful when trying to buy up the Japanese ADRs, which could be coming under some pressure, at least in the near term. Looking at a few other things here this morning, we will have some economic data, I believe, released at 10 a.m. Construction spending for the month of April will be out. We'll see how the market reacts to that. I don't think it's really that big a deal. I think right now the market is slightly in a pullback mode, and we'll see if that continues. But either way, there will be economic data out at 10 o'clock. Now, looking at a few stocks out here today, you really want to focus on a lot of the biotech stocks, because the ASCO convention is going on. That's the American Society of Clinical Oncology. This is where a lot of different biotechs will bring out their cancer research and their cancer drugs, and we'll see what's in the cancer pipeline. But you'll have a lot of movement out there, so keep these biotechs on watch today, especially with the ASCO convention taking place this morning. You have a few stocks out here that are making some moves. One stock that I see right now is INFI, which is Infinity Pharmaceuticals. This stock is gapping down sharply. I will have some gap play levels for that around 9 o'clock in the morning in the chat room. So that's just one of the stocks. You'll also see some movement in stocks like Amgen and the bigger stocks like Merck, they'll also have some pretty good little movement today, but they can all be volatile in today's session. So, watch this, because the ASCO convention is taking place right now, and traders want to be aware that you'll get a lot of movement in a lot of these pharmaceutical names, and a lot of biotechs will also be on the move to the upside as well as the downside. So there will be a lot of volatility in that sector today. So keep an eye on that. Looking over some other news, looks like Apple's in a lawsuit with Amazon over some price fixing on electronic books. I don't know if we can make too much out of that. We'll see how that comes out. But again, just be prepared for some volatility, and we'll see how this all plays out. Also, AIG, I believe, is suing Bank of America over some mortgage securities, and we'll see how that plays out. Again, that stuff always gets settled underneath the table, and but right now it does look like it is going to court. I think that's pretty much everything that we wanted to cover. Let's take a look at the gold and oil markets today. Gold, you have trading higher, spot gold that is, trading higher by $4 to $1,397 an ounce. Gold sold off pretty sharply on Friday, but today bouncing up ever so slightly. Oil is down about, oil is higher by about 80 cents this morning to $92.76. Let's take a look at the USO today. USO is trading right around that $33 level, just a little bit below it. So that's getting a slight uptick. The GLD, which is a good proxy for spot gold, that is trading around the 135 level. That closed around 133.92 on Friday. So again, that's what we're looking at today. Keeping an eye on the US dollar index, you'll see that the dollar is weaker today by about 21 cents, but obviously it is well off of the morning lows. And as I said before, the most important chart that I can find right now is dollar yen, US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Okay, when this goes down, usually the stock market will go down as well. Hence, you can see how rather closely related it is to the S&P 500 E-mini futures. All right, with that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it here, short and sweet today. I want to wish you all a great trading day, and I'll see you all on the charts. Take care now.